Alright guys, so today my friend brought over his 1983 Mazda RX7, otherwise known as the FB RX7. And yeah, this is a car from the 80s. This is pretty cool. It has the traditional wedge shape that this vehicle, the cars from this generation usually came with. And I'll show you guys the motor. It has a two-rotor 12B or 12A motor. Other than that, this car is pretty stock. It has this aftermarket body kit, so lip kit. So it has a lip in the front, lip in the side, and lip in the back. It also comes with this rear lip spoiler, like a duckbill spoiler for the back. Other than that, this is a pretty sick car. It stands out in the crowd. Obviously, it being color orange, obviously sticks out. People think this isn't a Mazda. People think this is some high-end exotics from the 80s, like a Lamborghini. People ask him if this is a Ferrari. So yeah, people don't know what this car is exactly, but yeah, this is a Mazda RX-7. So this is the two-rotor Mazda engine. We should come in from the other side. So as you can see, this is two rotors. Two rotors being, you can see the two sets of spark plugs. That's right over there. If it had three rotors, it would have three sets of spark plugs. So it only has two spark plugs. Anyway, so it has some bracing in it, some aftermarket bracing. I also wanted to mention the wheels are aftermarket. These are Koni wheels with Toyo tires. They look pretty period correct for this car. Other than that, everything mostly in the car is pretty stock, other than this bracing, strut brace for this vehicle. The hood comes up from the front, which is pretty cool, pretty retro, and pretty cool. Most cars from this era have the same kind of hood design. And in terms of things, one thing you're going to notice is this car only has the alternator running off, the alternator and the fan running off this engine belt, or serpentine belt if you want to call it. There's no AC on it. The AC compressor is supposed to be mounting into this bracket-ish over there. And as you can see, there's no power assisted steering. This is all... As you guys can see, the paint is not original. I'm not sure what the original paint was, but the paint job itself looks pretty mint. We just try to clean it up a bit, take off the oxidations today. We just try to buff it out. The buffing did work. I'm not sure how it's coming off on the camera, but in person this looks pretty fine. Again, the stance of this car, the silhouette, is just amazing. It just has an 80s racer look going on, and it's so rare to see nowadays. So yeah, it's a very clean example of an RX-7 from this era. Yeah, I hope I see more on the streets or in the meets. Haven't seen too many on the streets in this condition. But yeah, we'll go for a drive shortly and then see how it drives. Alright, so start this car. Since this is an 80s vehicle, there's a choke over here that comes, it has a carburetor action going on. So this is a choke. So in cold starts, you pull the choke and then you turn the ignition, and then you pretty much just push it back. Let's turn this off. Alright, so we finally got the radio to turn off. We're gonna go for our first drive. Wish us luck. So this manual steering is pretty hard. durable. Stock suspension, and it's still pretty bouncy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So we're just gonna go in the main street and just show you. So we finally end the main road. It's the streets of Scarborough. But no, this car smells good. It smells like an 80s car. I mean, it does smell a bit gassy and oily, like from the engine oil and stuff like that. It's probably... Feel like a sports car. I mean, this is, if someone wants a properly sorted daily driver, 80s car, I mean, I wouldn't see having an issue driving this car every day. I mean, I wouldn't have an issue driving this car every day. Even in traffic, this wouldn't feel too much for me. Suspension's really nice, comfortable. Again, it gets attention, but not like a whole lot of attention that people are like staring at you. And clutch is really good. Clutch is really smooth. Driving wise, this car just drives completely normal as any other car. Yeah, it takes a bit of muscle to move the steering wheel, but like other than that, it drives perfect. Yeah, really nice. I like this car. I don't know about him, but I really like this car. Let me see if I can. Oh, and the brakes are fine too. Brakes are nice too. Brakes don't feel like, you know, they're a 40-year-old car vehicle brakes. They feel like they're modern brakes and stuff like that. Even the exhaust doesn't feel too loud. Right now we have the glass roof taken off, so that gives us a bit more sound inside the cabin. Surprisingly, I mean, I haven't really gone over 40 miles an hour, 60 kilometers an hour. So, I mean, I haven't felt too much wind coming into the cabin, anything like that. I don't know, I really like it. I like the 7,000 RPM, which is pretty characteristic for rotary motors. And yeah, it goes down all the way. So I just want to go over the features this car has. So this car doesn't have power windows. It doesn't have power locks. So we have roll-up windows, manual locking doors. And this is an AC. It says AC, but like this car doesn't have AC. This car doesn't have a compressor for the AC and stuff like that. So it just literally has fans going for it. So here's the system. And obviously, at some point, the previous owner probably switched out this head unit for a single bin. And everything else is pretty nice. It's clean. The dash hasn't cracked or hasn't come off or any parts. So everything looks pretty nice and tidy. Let me turn. I don't know if the camera is picking this up. Let's turn the pop-up headlight on. Yes, the pop-up headlights work. And honestly, I don't know. I like the look without the headlights popped up. I like the clean body line. And I'm driving at 60 kilometers an hour, which is around the speed limit. Yeah, the car doesn't make any weird noises, bumps, or anything like that. Listen to the raw sounds of this 12B or 12A, whichever this engine designation is. A two-order, pretty much. I don't know, I love the 80s sound. Cars that sound authentic, that sound real, with these carbureted engines. I don't know, sounds really cool to me. And this is one of them. So yeah, this is, I really like this car. My family doesn't like this car as much, but I love how cool and classic this car looks and drives and feels. You guys can see me making this turn from virtually straight to a left turn. It's not going to be that hard. It's a very, I don't know, it's a very easy car to drive. Stock makes it feel like 80s car. It's very dinky. It's very like a very light, small piece. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but it just feels very small to hold. I just have to add that going over bumps is not this car's specialty. Yeah, no, I mean, on smooth pavement, off-road, this car drives good, but like over bumps, I don't think it drives as good as it over bumps. I just went over a couple bumps, the car was shaking after that. I have to add serpentine belts, wheels, and anything over 4,000 RPM. Rough, but it's not harsh, it doesn't beat you down.